If you guys can follow these 3 tips, you guys will be able to hit better volleys. So tip number 1, it's preparation. Preparation is key. It's having a good ready position. You always want your ready position up and out in front. Look, so my racket's away from my body and out in front. And also notice I'm on my toes. So my hands are up and out in front and I'm on my toes waiting for the ball. That is a good ready position for the volley. What so many players do is that their hands are down, they're on their heels, they're waiting for the ball. Listen, if you guys are hitting feeds, you guys probably can make the ball like that. But in a match where it goes back and forth, really fast at the net, right? Time isn't your friend. If I have my hands inside, I have to bring them all the way out and then hit the ball. Or if I have my hands down, I have to bring them up and then go out to hit the ball. If you have your hands already out in front, all you have to do is just go out forward. So you're more prepared. It doesn't matter how good your volley is, you can improve it without even doing anything technical by just, again, having your hands up and out in front, having a better ready position. Another thing, right? People feel like they have trouble getting to the ball and it's because they're on their heels. All the weight is on their heels, so they're ready and they try to push off and they can't get there. You always want to be on your toes, always on your toes. Think that you're like a cat, right? You want to pounce to the ball. If I have a forehand volley, I'm going to pounce to the ball. If I have a backhand volley, I'm going to pounce to the ball. So once again, I want my hands up, out in front, away from my body, and I want to be on my toes. A lot of players say when I tell them this, they go, Tyler, well, I can't see. The racket's straight in front of my vision. How can I see the ball? Well, you want the racket tilted a little bit to the side so you can see on court. The next tip is the step. The step is key. If you have trouble with power, if you have trouble netting the ball for most of your volleys, guys, if you guys step, I'm telling you, you guys will be able to hit a better volley. So if you're a right-hand player, you want to, for the forehand, you want to step with the left foot. For the backhand, you want to step with the right foot. If you're a left-handed player, for the forehand, you want to step with the right foot. For the backhand, you want to step with the left foot. In general, universal, you guys want to step across your body. So for the forehand, I'm stepping across my body. For the backhand, I'm stepping across the body. This will give you power. If you hit the ball in the net, probably 9 times out of 10, it's because you are not stepping. I see so many players, they're out on court, they're trying to hit their volley in the net because they didn't step. If you step across your body, you'll be able to get that volley deep and get that volley over the net. Another thing is when you take this step, it's not just a little step, right? It's a big step. I like to tell my students, pretend that there's a bug on the ground, right? You don't want to just tap it, right? You want to take a huge step, squash the bug, and then make contact. The more of a step that you take, a bigger step that you take, the more power the ball will have. So let's do a couple forehand volleys. So I'm right-handed player, so I'm going to step across my body with my left foot, right? So my hands are up, ready position, tip number 1, like we already worked on, and I'm stepping across my body. Number 2, stepping across my body. Number 3, step across my body. And I want you guys to know, again, it's feet, then hands. So I want to step first, then make contact with the ball. It's not delayed though, it's not step, then contact, it's step and contact. For backhand, step and contact. Let's do some backhand volleys. So for the backhand volley, I'm going to step, make contact. Oh, I gotta push a little bit more forward. So for the backhand volley, my hands are up. I'm going to step, make contact. 2 more, step across my body, and 1 more, step, make contact. So notice, when I step, my body is going forward, and that's what you want to do. You want to use your legs, use your body. That's how you get power on the volley. So following that, tip number 3 is you want to make sure you freeze at contact for your volley. So many players, what they do is that they swing the racket. No, a volley, all that a volley is a push, right? I want to make contact with the ball and then freeze. Once again, I want to make contact and then freeze my racket. What so many players do wrong is that they either A, they swing completely at the ball, or B, they make contact and they drop the racket. And if you notice, I'm above shoulder height with that ball, so when I drop my racket, the ball still went in. But if I'm below shoulder height and I make contact with the ball, it's going into the net every single time if I drop my racket. So once again, I want to make sure I freeze at contact every single time I hit that volley. So think, you want to step across your body and freeze. For the backhand, I want to step and freeze. Do not break your wrist. Do not swing the racket. Again, think of it like a pop or a push, push. Backhand, push it. Forehand, push it, and freeze after contact. And again, how do you get power? Tip number 2, if you guys, the more of a step that you take, the more power you will get on your backhand or forehand volley. So tip number 1, just to review, is you want your hands up and out in front, away from your body, and you want to be on your toes. Better ready position, be more prepared, hit better volleys. Tip number 2 is you want to step across your body. You want to make sure that you're stepping with the right foot. If you can do that, you will be able to get more power and probably not net as many balls as you do. And tip number 3 is you want to be able to freeze at contact every single time. So for my forehand, I want to step across my body, freeze at contact. For the backhand, step across my body, freeze at contact. So let's just do 2 more. So I'm ready position, on my toes, ready to hit, and I want to step, freeze at contact. For backhand, hands up, ready position, step, cross my body, freeze at contact every single time. Guys, if you guys can follow these 3 tips for the forehand and backhand volley, you guys will be able to hit better volleys. Make sure I put a link in the description to my free checkpoint checklist. It's for every single stroke, including the forehand, backhand, volley, serve, overhead, forehand, and regular backhand. Guys, check it out as a checklist for each stroke and what point you have to get into to execute every shot properly. So make sure you check that out. Guys, if you guys have any comments or questions, please drop it in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you. Once again, guys, happy hitting and have a good one.